Hello again, it's Andy Woodall with his fabulous lockdown haircut. How are you doing? We are here to talk about procrastination. So, what does procrastination mean? Is procrastination a conscious or an unconscious effort to avoid doing what we prefer not to do? Okay, so let's have a think about a situation you might find yourself in. And I presume if you're watching this little section, it's because you procrastinate and you're looking for a way out. So let's have a think. Procrastination. Maybe you are putting off a great big essay that you've got to write. And maybe you've got 3 weeks in which to write this essay. So what you will have done is create a 3-week plan. And you probably have created a plan where you do equal work in each of the weeks, so you don't end up doing it all in the last day. That sounds familiar, right? But you start the first week and you go, right, I need to spend some time thinking about the plan. Let's get the plan off pat, right? And then you think to yourself, well, if I'm writing a plan, probably need highlighters. Have I got highlighters anywhere? So you scrabble about for highlighters and you think, I haven't got any. I better go on Amazon. I'll go on Amazon and have a look for a highlighter. So you go on Amazon and you find a highlighter. No, I could do better than that. So you spend an hour looking for a highlighter and you book that and you think, oh, there's an hour's worth of work. And then you carry on. And then you spend a whole week doing that and you've lost 1 out of the 3 weeks. So you think, right, I need to redistribute the work. So I'll just do all the work I should have done in week 1 over weeks 2 and 3. Great. And then in week 2, you're thinking to yourself, I'm in trouble here. Right, I need to get down and do some work. I know, I'll do some research on the internet. That's a good idea. So you might be doing stuff on, I don't know, thinking theory. So you go, what I need to do in my PowerPoint presentation here that I'm writing is get an image of a great thinker. So what I'll do, I'll find an image of Mr. Spock from Star Trek. He's a good thinker. So you find a little image and you think, be better if it was a little GIF, if it was moving image to demonstrate him thinking. So what you do then, you find a little GIF and that takes an hour or two. And then you think, perhaps if I had a YouTube clip in my presentation of him thinking, that would work better. So you then spend a couple of hours watching YouTube clips. But of course, you get into the episode that you're watching. And after, suddenly, you've watched 4 episodes and 3 movies. And again, you've lost another week, so you're now very stressful and you're starting to feel anxious. So then what happens is you plan everything for the last week, but you're now in a right pickle. So you lose 2 or 3 days from stress. And then suddenly the deadline looms. So what you think is, I've now got to get myself sorted. I'm now going to start working. And suddenly 3 weeks worth of work has to be done in 2 days. Sound familiar? I expect so. So let's have a look at some slides. What we have here is a dishwasher. Now, I used to have a really important job, right? I was a people development director, not just someone who faffs about doing training. I was proper hard stuff, right? And I left that job to work for myself. And my wife, she couldn't quite get her head around the fact that I would now be spending time at home. So she would often go out to work and her last direction to me would be, empty the dishwasher. And I would go, of course I will empty the dishwasher. That's very easy. But as soon as she walked out the house, I would think, I ain't emptying the dishwasher. You can get stuffed. I ain't bothered with that. So I would walk past the dishwasher and ignore it. But every time I walked past the dishwasher, I would have a pang of anxiety or a pang of guilt telling me I should be doing that. And anyway, across the day, this would happen multiple times until about 10 to 3 when I think, oh, it's coming home in a minute. I better empty the dishwasher. So this went on over a period of weeks. And at 10 to 3, I would think, I'll go and empty the dishwasher in a minute. And eventually I was emptying the dishwasher at 3 minutes to 3 to see. But all the time that I walk past the dishwasher throughout the rest of the day, I'm feeling guilt and anxiety because I know I should be doing the dishwasher. What on earth has this got to do with procrastination, you might ask? Well, there's something around getting stuff done and not holding on, not waiting, not faffing. So I made a change one day. She went out to work, said, get the dishwasher done. And I did immediately. And then I had the rest of the day. And what happened was all the doubt and the guilt and the anxiety left me. So there's definitely something in getting stuff done, getting into do mode, getting into win mode, rather than getting into think mode. So positive thinking is good. Positive action is better. So whether you equate that to make your bed in the morning, 1 minute manager, get the monkey off your back, whatever it is, there's definitely something about acting rather than thinking. Let's go further into this. Now, let's introduce you to two characters. One is you, and you are in charge of your own boat. And the other fella there is the self-gratification monkey. Now, if you want to find this, the original take is by a guy called Dr. Tim Urban, and there's his website. You can see that, Wait But Why. He's really good, and he does a TED talk on this very subject, and I'm just pinching it wholesale, right? So you're in charge of your wheel, you're in charge of your boat, you're in charge of direction. You are the logical human, rational human. So you say, right, I've got 3 weeks in which to do a great big essay. Great, I'm in charge. But the self-gratification monkey turns up and he goes, no. Work, no. We've got other stuff we want to be doing. What we want to do is fun stuff. So self-gratification monkey is now wrestling control of your boat, your thinking, and what he wants to do is the fun stuff. Okay? So exactly like I said about watching Mr. Spock, going from pictures to GIFs to YouTube clips to whole episodes, or what I mentioned earlier about searching for 2 hours to find the right highlighter on Amazon, all of this is not your doing. It's the self-gratification monkey. Now, the self-gratification monkey is related to the chimp from Chimp Paradox. Okay? It's an emotional response. It wants to do fun stuff rather than work. So now the self-gratification monkey is completely in control. So they'll do anything other than work. So the example he gives there is check prices of the socks on Amazon, split up iPhoto albums. I've done that. I have spent time rearranging my CD collection. Totally useless because I don't even play CDs anymore. Anything to avoid work. So while the self-gratification monkey is in control and he's looking at stuff like sock prices on Amazon, or you're sorting out your CD collection, you're doing stuff and you feel guilty and anxious about it because you're doing fun stuff at the expense of work. And that makes us feel guilty. It causes us cognitive dissonance. What gets us out of the playground? Okay, the only thing that makes us get out of the playground, that dark playground where the self-gratification monkey is in control, is a fast approaching deadline. So think about when you start work again. So you've got 3 weeks to do your essay or your project, but you only start working 2 or 3 days before the deadline. So it must be the deadline that focuses our attention. The deadline acts as a strong reason why to stop faffing about and get on with some work. Now, I'm going to introduce you to the third character in our story. The third character is the panic monster, and the panic monster is stronger than the self-gratification chimp. So, fast deadline approaching. Panic monsters appear. Deadline approaching. That's enough to make the self-gratification monkey stop in its tracks. Deadline. Right, now that's enough to get rid of the self-gratification monkey and put you back in control. Okay, so the panic monster comes out with a fast approaching deadline. The panic monster is strong enough to get rid of the self-gratification monkey, and it puts you back in control. So the question is, how can we encourage the self-gratification monkey to be silent? Well, if it's about the fact that a deadline increases our willingness to work, it was only the fact that my wife was coming back at 3 o'clock that prompted me to empty the dishwasher, because I didn't want her to come back and think I'd done nothing. So it must be something to do with fast approaching deadlines. So therefore, if we have more deadlines with our goals, we might get more done. So we have to artificially create deadlines that mean something to us. So look out for the next video where I talk about goal setting, and you'll see more of me and my fantastic lockdown hair.